You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park.
After Jon Jones's impressive win over Stipe Miocic, UFC President Dana White and Hunter Campbell had a meeting with Tom Aspinall to discuss a fight with Jon Jones. It's rumored that Dana White has already started negotiations with Jon over a potential fight versus Tom Aspinall.
What's up, big guy?
How's it going?
Andy? I'm gonna bang this out and I'll come right out.
Aljamain Sterling is getting ready for his fight with Movsar Evloev, with help from his friend and bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili.
We hit the puke drill for 3 rounds, and then after that, Merab and I went through some like technical sparring, kind of like at 80%. It wasn't like a full-on spar, but it was let me work a little bit, and I think it started to gradually pick up a bit.
Aljo feels really good, and he's getting better and better every day. It's getting harder and harder for me to train with him. Today he did a bunch of peak drill, which is hard. I don't like it. And after we go live rounds with Aljo, and then he was really sharp. His takedowns was on point, and good control, good condition. And Aljo did really good, and I'm happy that I keep up with him, because he's in good shape, and yeah, he's on fire now.
After Jon Jones defeated Stipe Miocic, he started to dance in an unusual manner. Later on, Jon Jones stated he was imitating the way Donald Trump dances. Charles Oliveira's fans were outraged during his fight with Michael Chandler due to multiple illegal blows, fence grabs, and eye pokes that Chandler used during the fight. During the post-fight interviews, Charles gave his thoughts on Michael Chandler's dirty tactics.
Que o árbitro poderia ser pouco mais severo. Muitas vezes eu falei para ele do que estava acontecendo e ele olhava como se nada tivesse acontecendo.
You know, I'm not here to criticize, but I'm gonna tell you something. There were a lot of blows to the back of the head, a lot of fence grabbing. There was also some eye pokes, and I was telling him what was going on. I kept, calling for his attention, and nothing would happen. I would hope that he would intervene, but nothing happened. So I'm not here to criticize. You're just gonna do your
job. Nick Diaz has been pulled out of UFC 310 versus Vicente Luque. The UFC did not confirm why, but fans are speculating it's due to Nick Diaz's mental state after a video was posted by Nick's girlfriend of him in a bush lighting things on fire.
Nick!
What? What are you doing?
Are you okay?
Who's that for?
Are you alright?
Yes.
Themba Gorimbo will take Nick Diaz's spot. Gorimbo is 4-1 in the UFC, and he's riding a 4-fight win streak, and a win over Luque would be the biggest of his pro MMA career up to this point. A victory would put Gorimbo in the top 15 welterweight rankings. After Shavkat Rakhmonov's highly anticipated title fight with Belal Muhammad fell through, the UFC had to pivot quickly to find a replacement. Rumors swirled about a potential interim title fight, but instead, the UFC has set up a high-stakes #1 contender bout at UFC 310. Shavkat Rakhmonov will now take on Ian Machado Garry, who's undefeated and stepping up on short notice. Ian and Shavkat have trained together in the past, which will make this an interesting fight. They both took to X to tell the rest of the division what they think for everyone else ducking Shavkat. Shavkat tweeted, "I'm very disappointed in our division. Bilal, Leon, Colby, Kamaru, Jack, and Sean. You've all let the fans down. The only one who backed up his words is Ian, and I respect that. But make no mistake, Ian Garry, I'm coming for your O, and we'll fight for the belt." To which Bilal Muhammad replied back saying, "Don't let your stupid manager tweet for you. He doesn't make sense." Alex Pereira traveled to South Korea and visited an MMA gym where he sparred some of the local fighters, and it went exactly as you assumed it would.
Isso, aí embaixo agora. Break. Oi. Você vê que a gente tá fazendo sua mão, a guarda mais alta quando você encosta a outra, entendeu? Calma. Tá em seco, 30 segundos.
Jon Jones used a body kick to turn off Stipe Miocic's nervous system and end the fight. Let me explain. Now, we've all heard about liver shots ending a fight by turning off the fight or flight system. Let me explain again how this worked with Jon Jones. Look how much that foot is digging into the body, into the ribs and the underlying organs. On the other side of the body would be the liver on the right side. This would be Stipe's left side. So we're talking about organs like the spleen and the guts. You hear about this way more with the liver because there's parts of liver which are not covered by the ribs, so you can poke them a little bit easier. You can get there with the spleen on the other side, but you really got to dig in those ribs. But if you are able to dig in and activate it, even on the spleen, you will activate that parasympathetic nervous system, dropping the heart rate, dropping the blood pressure, decreasing the oxygen. Fighter has to go down and continue to get the blood flow to the brain. And not only that, but the pain must have been horrible. Jon Jones is definitely the GOAT.